All right, we are live. What is going down? How's everybody feeling? A little late today. Sorry about that. Dealing with some house issues. Okay, cool. I was just giving a look at cake before I started the day. Cake was on my mind. Seemed to be a nice bottom here at 44. Come back up to the 56, came back down. If we look at it on like the 15 minute, seems to be doing a bit of a flag with some support here. Somewhat of a triple bottom. Double bottom here on the RSI as well. Just something to put on your radar. A little bit of cake. Double bottom here. Will it come off the double bottom? That has been playing out at least. A few wing did it recently. What else? Iris did it. This is basically the idea, is the middle of the W comes off the leg. Just 11% though. And to me, you never know. Lately, the trading for me has been very, very sketchy. I've decided, like, once I'm stuck, like, I have a good win rate, and once I see my win rate slip even a little bit, I start to realize that the system works well. It's the market sentiment becomes impossible, right? So you had to basically short the dot, which was actually remember I said in my channel that there was a guy with 14,000 subscribers and he was telling everyone to short dot. So I said, even though I kind of, it's possible that dot's bullish. And honestly, all my setups are never, yes, this is going to the moon. That's why there's a stop loss in every setup I post. I say, you know what, this could go here or it will not, right? Like, if it doesn't, you should have a stop loss at the bottom. And that's why stop losses here at the bottom of the trend line are really what you want to be doing, So technically, this is still bullish until it breaks the bottom of this trend line, apparently. Because I still have it in this triangle, and it's hitting this line here at 394. So technically, this is the buy zone right now for dot. Possibly that the short is over. So possible buy zone for dot. Interesting. And we look at the DXY as well. I'll throw that in there. Some really strange movement on the 21-day moving average. Like, what is that? Got very oversold, like, on the daily. Like, this is some strange, really weird. But I don't even see a wick in price. I just see there's no candle there. That's a gap. I don't know what's going on. So this didn't handle that well. Let me see. This is a better one. Yeah, this is more like it. So we did see bullish divergence play out right here. It usually is the third wave. Hard to tell exactly, but it's the third wave. Yeah, man. I think Bitcoin's about to do something big. It's either going to go down big or up big. I'm telling you that right now. But we're about to have a big market shake. I can just feel it. There's a calm before the storm right now. There's just something eerily going on right now. And they're basically keeping shorts and longs in between 10 to 15% back and forth. Like, a lot of things are just ranging. Bitcoin down, like, looks like it could pop, right? But then you'll see no momentum in the green. And then Bitcoin up looks like it'll pop. And then you'll see no moment. It's like the weirdest, most annoying trading I've ever seen, honestly. I have to admit it. They're just trying to shake people out. Trying to take people down. So don't let them take your money. Don't let them take your money. Stake in SXP can't be bad. I mean, because it's like, if there's a reward or an incentive there, and I think it'll be back to $3 or $4, even if it takes 2 years. So I think staking SXP is a good idea, honestly. I'm not staking anything yet. Like, I'm not big on staking anything because I'm just don't know, like, staking it. But what if it goes down so? I've just seen coins go down so bad that I'm like worried, I guess, to stake. I could stake my Cardano. I should be actually. So that's something I may begin to stake, is my Cardano. Oh yeah, yeah. What is it called? The XVZ, XVS. Interesting. Yeah, and you'll probably end up making money on that, and probably be able to stake that. You know, it'll be an ongoing dividend. That's what's pretty cool about staking. There's a chance that that money, you use that money, like you never know. You could be getting paid off that stake 15 years from now, like indirectly, because you staked this to stake that, and then you invested something in here that turned into this, and you wouldn't have had it if you didn't stake, and yada, 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 and so on and so forth. It goes on and on to the point where you just be like, wow, that's unreal, right? So I think, why not? I think it's a good idea, right? Nulls in the dumps again. Only a matter of time till it reverses its trend. But this is what I'm saying. Like, you would have bought here. We finally do see the double bottom beginning to form. But it's not guaranteed for nothing. It could also just be a touch. It could come right back down, you know? I don't trust any of these coins right now, but that technically is pretty much a good buy. You're pretty flat on price. It's not direct divergence. We should call it something else, but it's like slight slope divergence. Like the slope is higher, you know? What's up, user? Yeah, Knowles, man. 100% retrace. Look at it. Basically all the way back to where it began when on the daily. So in May. So you got it for $28 in May. It went all the way to, I guess, like 60. In Bitcoin, though, it was 2100 Satoshi, and it went all the way to 76 Satoshi. So it basically tripled. It's amazing, man. We didn't realize it, but we were there. This was a bull run. Like, we were in a mini alt season, man. I mean, it's like, damn, man. So much money was made. May, June, and July, man. It was like, it's kind of crazy. But despite all that, there was so many Bitcoin shakeouts. Like, remember the shakeouts? Like, these are daily, so there's 3 days where, like, look, this was at 3 and it lost, like, damn near 30%. Like, it looks so easy when you look at it on the chart, but you guys remember it was painful. Like, there was days where, like, all the alts were going so well, and then Bitcoin would just ruin it for, like, a couple days, and then the alts would recover. They'd make a bunch of gains, but see, and what happened was it did that so much, we got used to that. We're like, okay, this is the cycle. And we're like, okay, they'll lose a little bit and we'll buy back in. And then they lost a little bit. Everyone bought back in. They lost a little bit. They bought back in. And then they faked everybody out and they broke that cycle. And now I'm like, now I feel like they're fake. Like, are they faking us in again? Because, like, this is, like, let me give an example of Kava. So as a trader, they know you're like, okay, he thinks he's smart. He's looking at the fibs. And I get off the 716 and we come up. And now I'm like, okay, a 78% retracement off the 786, healthy, and then we bounce off that, I'm like, okay, we're doing great, we're doing really good, and then we break out of an ascending triangle, and everything looks like, wow, like we just broke this previous, we have support here where we had a little bit of resistance, and then it was support and support. It was resistance. We broke through. That's a support and resistance flip, matching up with a Fibonacci. We're bouncing. And you buy right in here, like, and it makes so much sense. And then, boom, this thing just falls down, you know? It's sad because the stimulus will get done soon. And I believe that. They're close. I read a bunch of articles. I spent a long time researching it the other night. And, yeah, we're going to get out of this. But then my whole thing is, it's like that news lasts us for so long, right? And then we're like, we're I don't know. This could be, right? We don't know, but I'm just having an idea. Could be forming a head and shoulder here. We don't know, but it's just, I'm hypothesizing here about Kava now. Something like that. So 198, this area here, maybe 194, could be the bottom. It coincides with this other line here. Where this line, you know, I'm kind of doubling it up on this right shoulder area for support and resistance. just funny to see Kava. Like, I saw it at 212, came down to 210. I thought it was fine in support. Even watching the price action, it felt like it knew where it wanted to be. And, like, to see it back at 198, just hilarious to me. So something's going on, and it's the dominance, right? Let's check on Bitcoin dominance like we always do. A little late. Usually we started off. So that's having a huge spike already, too. On the 4 hour, we have a huge green candle. And that's not going to bode well for the altcoin market at all. And honestly, now that that's bouncing here, we have a rounded bottom too. You guys see that? Definitely a rounded bit of a bottom here. Working its way back up the channel. And it could start hitting these resistance and support lines. And what if it gets all the way back to 61%? So what we could see happening is it gets up here, comes back down, and then breaks down out of the falling wedge, which would be great, right? But not without a lot of pain first. So you think this is it for the alts? Oh my God. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, being a veteran trader here in these cryptos, like, sometimes you say, oh, you think that's it for the alts? Like, oh, you haven't seen nothing yet. Like, these alts can get worse. Like, this BNB could act to $14 a coin. You could take these as big booms. See, it was $8. It still needs to retrace, technically, if we drew a big fib on that. So we took BNB just as an example of the market, of where it's trying to go. So technically, this could retrace all the way to the 618, right? Which will put it at 18. It's getting kind of bearish for these alts, but I'm just painting a picture that's possible, right? Things that I'm always ready for now. I used to live in La La Land, like, no, it's all good, but now I like my money and I like to keep it. So I don't want to have it places where I don't think it should be. Hey, I hope we have a huge alt season. I hope tomorrow everything starts going up. And you know what? Yeah, a few things will go up. Once the trend is confirmed, it'll take a few days. So, like, you don't even need to be in the trend on the first day or two. Like, because if it's a real season, if it's a real reversal, if it's really, and which means if it has the momentum for you to play and it's really working, and that's, you know, like everything's going your way and the trades seem better, then that's going to take a few days anyway. It's not something that's going to happen immediately, right? So that's all I'm saying. Now, let's see the targets for Bitcoin, and let's look at Bitcoin. But right now, the dominance is moving up. On the 1 hour, let's check it too. It looks like it's flagging a bit. Yep, beginning to flag. 15-minute. Starting to be in like a little bit of a flag thing here. Holding support above this line. So previous resistance right there, it's now broke above it, and now holding support, local immediate right there. That was basically this line right there. You can see we hit it right around here. We broke above it, came back down, never really hit it again, wick near it. But we're up here, we're going to battle with this same line here of resistance and support. So we just need to break this. If this breaks it, it will go up to the next green. Technically, you know, it's just the way you see it. See, previous resistance, now we hit it too. So there's resistance at 59.97, basically on the door to 60. On the door to 60% dominance, there's a bit of resistance. So I also see something, right? You guys see a possible inverted complex head and shoulder, right? That broke out, in my opinion. Bullish pattern, like there's a big shoulder, head, which is longer, a little lower, barely, but it makes it. And then two right shoulders there. So that's another reason how it kind of broke out, you know, pushed its way up out of the pattern. I don't know. It's so weird now. I have so many technical traders calling for lows on Bitcoin now, while all these fundamental people are calling for highs on Bitcoin, saying more people are buying it than ever, all these different crazy things. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like I'm getting so many mixed signals, too, about the future of Bitcoin. And I just have to stick with my belief, you know, like it's just like why I buy gold. It's just a fixed asset that I choose to hold because I don't want to hold something that's being printed. So even if we look at the coins today, 32% on uni down. So the highest coin is a down coin. Man, don't give me that. I want to be in a bull market. So this isn't a bear market, honestly, right? If the highest coin getting is a short coin, a leveraged short coin, is the one up the most today, 32% gains, then, and with the most volume, 1.9 million, right? Or 2.3 million was NGN. Interesting. This has huge volume, but not much move. Interesting. How does that have so much volume? That's 2,000 M's though, so that's a good. These are huge markets. Interesting to say the least. But again, what's down the most? Uniswap, down 30% today. Or Uni up is down the worst. It's crazy. Sushi, down pretty bad. Back down to 69 cents. Getting crushed. There you have it, man. Monero just seems to keep plugging away. Honestly, it's on a tear, man. Let's take a look at Monero because I feel like it's been the safest bet. And it's a privacy coin. I feel like it's people want privacy more than anything. That's what they value the most, right? If you can't have privacy, you can't do anything in life. Everyone knew everything about you. It wouldn't be fun. Life wouldn't be that great. So privacy is worth a lot, right? It's worth a lot. Now, do we see a double top? Possible double top of Monero, though, right? I mean, top, another top. That's usually when things start to roll down. But it's just been on a tear. Since September 24th, it was at 88. Up a nice, 24%? 30. At its peak, it was up 32%. Now it's still holding levels of about 29. Breaking out of this falling wedge, too. The 1 hour looking pretty healthy. All the moving averages in line. It's one of the more bullish. Remember when I said, like, if let's look at the cloud. Is it above the cloud? Is it the Ichimoku cloud? It's way above the cloud. They said don't trade it if it's above the cloud, and it's coming close to the cloud. Definitely want to buy near the cloud. It's similar to buying near a moving average. So, very bullish for Monero, honestly. Very bullish. Might be the only thing that you could park your money in. Double bottom forming here. Kind of a double bottom here. No divergence per se. A little bit if we wanted to swing here to there. Let's see if this plays out. But that would be... Some people would fight me a lot and say, no way, you can't call it divergence there. Right? On this. But this would be it here. I mean... To me, it looks like hidden bullish divergence. You know? I mean... But you're supposed to take these lows, technically. And they're basically the same. Like, they go up. But it would be interesting. This is just an experimental idea here to see if it is hidden bullish or if it's not. So, like, the only trade I would take is Monero, man. Like, put all your money in Monero and call it a day. That's it. It would have been great for the last month. Would have had no problems just buying Monero up. I'm a fan of Monero. I like to see it back to $100. It's pretty sweet. I got some Monero, but I heard they're going to try to steal all your Monero or take it or ban it. So that's also maybe making the price up. There's been a lot of talks about people going after it, right? The IRS trying to crack Monero. So because of that, is that making it more wanted, more valuable? People are scared. Oh, wow. It's like on the edge. So people want Monero. They want to live on the edge. Fear and greed index back to 47, really worrying me. I don't like that. It was just at like 42 yesterday. I don't know why people are coming back into position right now, but that's bullish. But it also worries me. It says we're going to pump, and I don't want to pump yet. I wish we had more fear. But you know what? It doesn't mean we're not going down again. We're just neutral, actually. And that's kind of like the market, man. It's been really hard to kind of feel out the market. Let's look at that. Let's look at that Muser. Little hidden bully. On the 1 hour, let's see. Nah. I don't know. Like, we're supposed to go, technically you're supposed to go to these like recognized lows. So you're supposed to do like something like this. I see what you're saying though, but we could definitely look at this little hump here. Right? The wrong one. We could look at this hump here. All right, and then yeah, you know, a trend will continue. It's possible to see for sure. Again, we're kind of like, these are experimental. We'll see if these play out. They should technically. I actually have seen them play out, but sometimes it's so little that it's like, you know what? Like, that's why people negate them, because like, well, we might just get something like this, like a little bit of a move, and then now they're kind of together and they look exactly the same. But we could even go further. We could go to this one. Keeps happening. We could go to this one here as well and extend that divergence. The longer the better. And we could even go all the way to here, right? So yeah, you're right. That's hidden bully right there. I mean, that's wide enough for me. Multiple, yeah. I think you're right. So Bitcoin will keep moving up. So that's when you would leverage trade it, right? Leverage trade it on the 1 minute, because you're like, okay, wait for it to come down here, and then buy it up. I'm not obviously going to do that, but I guess that's how these leverage traders do it. They do some type of like, they have to see something that makes them want to trade it for a minute or two, right? I see Bitcoin just heading back down to the end of the triangle right now, right? Bouncing off of what is 10,530. Then coming back up, hopefully breaking out in the most bullish scenario, retesting, and then on its way, you know. I mean, Bitcoin's been basically just, yeah, I mean, that drop was weird. This drop here, boom, and then just, it's also, remember, it's in a rising wedge, 68% chance of a break to the downside. Like, so you can even, and the price usually does respect these patterns. I mean, we're starting to break down, and the measured move is just like you take the measured move of a wedge and you just go from here to here, right? And you pull it up to the, so technically it could come down 10,342. It just, these are possibilities. This is what I see price action do all the time. So that wouldn't be abnormal at all for any reason to see that, you know. So that's all I'm saying, you know. I mean, I was just saying the other day, remember someone put up DIA and I said, well, what if it just keeps going down, right? And so let's look at it. Apparently it just did, right? I said, oh, double bottom, right? I said, when it hits this, I put an alarm here, said if it breaks this area, then I'll think about it, right? Breaks 131. This thing just dumped city. It's very oversold on the 1 hour. Interesting. On the 1 minute, this would be a most perfect buy right now. But look, is it like, so technically you would buy right now for 10,000. Right now. Because like, honestly, So let's just hypothetically do a scalp. So you buy right now at 104 for 10,000, and then you put your stop loss at 1%. You risk $100. 0.9. How's that? You risk $90. Because technically you should be able to get out of this trade. So you get filled right here when that price comes down on that wick. And then you get bounced off the RSI. Technically a triple bottom here too. 3 times in a row you got the price action. So you buy in right now and you're in off the bounce. And you're basically just trying to get $170. You're just trying to get what these did. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I would definitely. This thing is. We're at the bottom on the 1 minute though. Looking alright. And we'll leave that trade. Say you just leave your 10 grand there, and then you're looking at other things in the market. You're like, what do I do once I make the money? Because I know I'm going to make it. So, 18,000. Wow. Who would have thought? Yeah, so these are maybe, this should go down to at least 11,000, right? I think it would fall out of these, out of the triple top here, the head and shoulders. That's like a definition of a head and shoulder. We have it drawn there. Wow, YFII? No, what's YFII? Where is that now? Wow, 1,700? Wow, that thing took a beating. Remember just the other day, it was like 4,000. Wow, I didn't look at these coins recently. Wow, so DeFi popped a little bit, huh? Wow, you guys. So DeFi bubble popped a little bit. Yeah, we just paper trade until the paper trades start to make more, take the money, and then we can begin to trade again. Because to me, it's like I'm not blowing through. I'll be honest, you guys. I lost like almost every trade in the last, like, out of my 4 or 5 trades. Not one went well. So I'm not going to continue to lose money. You know, I'm not going to continue to lose money. Right? Everything seems risky. Like right here, this would have been a risky trade. I would have risked 100, and so now I would have slid my stop loss already to about $60. Or 44. So now I can only risk 44 on the 10,000. And also with low liquidity, like sometimes they won't hit my stop. Like it's not easy to scalp when there was not a lot of action out here. But this should basically do what the other two did and make its way back up. Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, exactly. Until if this is how it's gonna be forever, which I don't. My whole thing is I don't think this is gonna last, honestly. So I don't want to really find a system here, but like right there, I guess this system would have worked. See, like we're trying things out all the time. So this would have, hopefully, this should make it. I mean, you're buying the under, you're oversold. It's pretty obvious what you're doing, right? It's just, the second he told me DIA, I was like, well, perfect time to look at it. You do have to vault in the market, but basically if a lot of people aren't in, then you just, you don't, all like there's, like, for instance, it's like sailing, like, it's the opposite though, but if there's no wind at all, like you can't move, right? Like you need some wind, and you can adapt all you want, you can change the boat, you can get good, but when there's no wind, like there's just no wind. And when too many people are worried about Bitcoin, they're just not moving the market. So like it's like having no wind out there. And you could try to, basically it's almost like go learn or do something different until the market gives you what it needs. It's like don't go sail until it's windy out. It's kind of a good comparison right now. Like we don't have much wind. Even on the 1 minute chart, like this is a good green candle. But you could just feel the stagnation, right? Just look at all these coins. When I look at them and scroll through them, How are none of them just barely moving? One of them just moved a little bit. DIA, the only one we're looking at, and the dollar moved, and it just FET moved a little bit, little action. But you see what I'm saying? For the most part, this is just a sea of red for a few days now as well, and yeah. This Swerve made a lot of money, apparently. Swerve here, it's up 77%, even though it's down on the 1 minute, but and shorting DOT looks like it's not over yet. Wow. Even in the last hour, it's up a little bit there. Here's the double bottom play out. Amazing, huh? Wing up 52%. And then with a retrace now back off the 21-day moving average. Double top. You can see the bearish divergence. Always love pointing it out, but it's so key. Second you can define it, you should get out immediately. And it gives you a moment to get out. It really does. You can kind of see it begin. Jack up, this top is going to be lower while this top is higher. I'm out. Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, if I missed those buy-ins for sure. I agree. Like, look at Doc. Let's look at Doc right now. My baby, man. Had so much going for it. Had good news, good team. Dude, it is now at 1,000. It's not. Wow. Wow. Good thing I wasn't trading yesterday or really paying attention. My parents were around. Wow. Like, so many coins that did so well. Look, like, this thing came out of nowhere at like 0.007. Made its way all the way to 3.5. It 5x'd. 500% gains. Only to lose from 35 all the way down. Not all of them, but like, and it's on its way. Like, who's to say this isn't over? Right now, they're saying buy up Doc, right? Everything is telling you, wow, these are buys. These are all buys. But you know what? The dominance could keep going up, as I showed you before. What up, Gladys? Yeah, so Dash even taking a horrible hit. Like, so many coins that just work their way up. Like, look, if I see LTO at 5 cents, then I'm going to throw the book at this game. Because LTO is like the strong coin. Where's LTO? Okay, it still held 6 cents. See, for somehow LTO is just not retracing that much. But you know, it went up a lot as well. It went up more than these other coins. You can see here in June, it was only 4.5 cents. And it went all the way to 13. Wow, I didn't realize it would hit 13 cents. Yeah. So it's done a nice retrace, basically a nice 60% retrace back down to 6 cents. Do you think DOT is going down really hard? Yeah, for sure. All the way down, probably to 0. It's a garbage project. I think it's a scam. No, I'm just joking. I'm sorry. No, but honestly, it has to hold this level right here. Like, draw your triangle just like mine, and like literally this is it. Like, if it doesn't hold this, it's bad. Oh, remember Swell? Swell's coming back. Remember Swell? Oh man, you get don't even say Swell Pump. I'm fucking so pissed right now. You came to my apartment and we chilled through the Swell Pump together, or right before it, and like, oh man, Swell. That was like where it all started going downhill. Oh, Swell, man. Damn Swell. Yeah, but somehow XRP seems to be up, right? The Swell Pump. Yeah, XRP, look at this. Just something to think about, guys. Now, I guess I'd have to bring us up here. Let me channel in this idea. But so XRP, August 1st, nice pump, hits 31. Life is going great. Everyone's like, XRP, back to 31. And then we always know, like, it has issues at 31. I'm like, are you going to do it to us again at 31? Are you going to do it to us again at 31? And it was like, yes, I am. Definitely going to screw you at 31 yet again. And he did. Thank you, XRP. Can't complain with consistency, but, you know. So, in my opinion, it was in a downtrend ever since. And it's broken the trend for the first time on about October 4th. It broke the trend. And now it's doing its thing. So many of these broadening wedges, which is a bullish broadening wedge in my opinion. Look for it to come up. This is what they do. Come up here, come down just a little bit, and then they take off. If it plays out as it's supposed to. As the pattern so has been discussed. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's off to the races on the 5th touch. I see a camel on that price action. Yeah, a little bit. XRP. Swell. Come swell. When swell. When the swellly. Swell, well. Will they have swell this year? Swell 2020 XRP. And what will they do at swell? I want to go to swell. You guys should send me to swell, man. Join us for 2 days of leading industry discussions, networking, interactive, as Ripple Swell goes virtual for the first time. Interesting. Ripple Swell virtual. It just won't be the same. But we'll still have a lot of news. They may be holding. Last year, man, I don't know, man. I love Ripple. It's going to sound like I'm smashing Ripple, but I'm not. I'm smashing like my own expectations for Ripple, but I had so many hopes for Swell that just didn't occur the way I thought they would occur. You know. I know Wing did a wing-a-ding, right? Wing. We looked at Wing. Didn't we look at Wing? I definitely looked at Wing. BUSD for Wing. Yeah, nice. We did. We looked at it earlier already. Up 52%, man. Perfect place to take profits right there with the bearish divergence. Always a nice place to get out. You never know, man. Wing could be coming for more. We shall see. Yeah, 1 out of 100 ain't bad. Just trying to see if Lend 48 cents for Lend. Hasn't been down there in a while. A lot of coins. Let's check out on the scalp there. What were we scalping? Test to see if you guys remember the test. What coin were we scalping? DIA. Right? 10 grand on that line. Should play out perfectly as planned. So far, so good. Looks right, guys? Let's see. No, so it fell out. Oh no, let's look at the 1 minute. Yeah, so it fell out. We would have lost that trade. It went up a little bit, came down even further for a double bottom down here. Then you would have had to buy at 102, and then they brought it back up. See? I'm telling you, man, scalps are hard. I'm telling you right now, every single thing I've tried recently has been a tight box. I keep trying things out even like this, just over and over again, just checking them out, checking out the market, checking out the feel of the market. Sand, like a sand a goodbye. Sand has so much news, so much hype. You got young and old, you got speculation from the old, you got loving from the young, playing all the different games. You know, like they're into this stuff, man. My friend's telling me his kids rather like money for video games than real money. So sand came up hard, retraced, basically took all the gains right back, right here, slowly to like faking you out, maybe making you think, bouncing now. It is. It looks like it's recovering, and there's a lot of good buys here. If you're gonna go long term, of course, buy these dips. In my opinion, you know, I've never said don't buy the dip. Sometimes though, it doesn't work, man. Like with Bitcoin dominance right now, like there could be even more dippage. And who cares if it comes back and it settles and it gives you confirmation, then you can buy in. I think that's just better than buying dips all the time, you know. So that's what I'm thinking. BNB down, you know, my old friend. More comfortable trading that than anything else. It's in a camel. See the camel right here with the camel head focused. We'll go on the 4 hour. Already kind of had its cross. It's kind of done. We look at the 1 hour. It's all right. Look at the 15 minute. Binance going down, so it popped up. Now it's flagging. So this looks bullish to me. You know, it's only get me slightly excited right now. Binance shorting Binance coin, and it's already kind of rolled over for the time being. Double top, double bottom played out there. That was kind of the move. I guess yesterday was real bearish. I took a day off from looking at the markets. Even yesterday was really bearish. Wow. Yeah, I told you guys, man. That guy, there's a lot of people trying to short it. 14,000 people in that guy's group, and he was like, "Yo, oh yeah, look at this, man." So if Dot's bleeding, we could be scalping Dot on the 1 minute technically, but it's sketchy. But like, let's look right now. You get into Dot with 10K. You put in a 2% stop loss or 1.6 right now, let's just say, and then you say I'll sell, try to make 300 420 on the game. You're basically trying to get, so this is the game, you're trying to get to here before you get to here. You don't want to get to here, you want to get to there. Sad, man. Dot 385, dude, just falling off. Did it fall through? Yep, it's falling through the triangle. See, your stop loss should be getting hit now. Or maybe you're just like right below it, hoping that this is a wick, and they're just wicking you out. They're trying to wick you down. Try to get open-minded and move the triangle. Move the triangle down and say, okay, it's still hitting the bottom. It can get you into trouble sometimes, though. Did we fall out, or are we just at a different shaped triangle we're wicking? Yeah, 385. Watch this go. This go worse. All the way to 360, man. Bitcoin dominance on the run, man. It's going to start killing these alts. There's a lot of talk of Bitcoin moving up hard. A lot of talk about people saying Bitcoin's the one. This is it. This is it. There's a big chance that Bitcoin starts. And plus, it's at 59.91. Look at the big handle we just had. Oof. I think that's on the 1 hour. Yeah. So look, in the last 2 hours, dominance shot up really fast, right? So dominance is on a vengeance all of a sudden. It's moving hard. It's flagging as well. Overbought though on the 1 hour, which gives us maybe some cooldown. Just crossing here in the 4 hour. On the 1 day, on the daily, it just had a cross too. So Bitcoin dominance moving up and moving up fast. The price of Bitcoin's coiled up now. It's going to come in back down or boost back up. I mean, it's got a choice. And I show you my two targets here, literally 89.60 or 12.48. I feel if we start breaking down, there's definitely a good chance we hit 8,900. And if we break out, there's definitely a chance we just go back and battle 12,000 and we go to like 12,400. And from there, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle for sure. Let's look at the market sentiment in the rest of the world. How's the Dow looking right now? Didn't even get a chance to check it out. Gold, 1912. Moving through this channel that we have it in. Looking nice. Feels like it will break out. Definitely my target for gold. You can see here is 2140. And I'm sticking to that. Yeah, no one's doing anything to BitMEX anymore. It's really sad. BitMEX is done, basically. Yeah, so Phantom all the way back down to 2.5 cents, basically. Pretty close to lows. It can get lower, though. Look at this low here at 0.001. I mean, obviously, that's probably not going to happen, but you never know. Look, it could free fall easily, which is, look at this. There's no resistance here. Look, there's no real resistance. Little bits here, but really maybe there. But it fell pretty fast through here. Came there, but to me, there's easy chance it gets all the way back to 1.8. And that's 7 on the 25. It's about another 25% loss. Easily, it could come back down here to oversold regions. Add another more bar on the histogram. This could be its bottom. It'd like to hit here, here, here. That would be a triple bottom. Holding it pretty tight. But we'd have to see. Like, it's a very untrustworthy situation, you know, at the very moment. So, moving average is still looking holding well, though. None of them crossing each other yet. So, that's all right. That's a good sign. Some bullish signs. Anything, do we have any bearish or bullish ideas here? Not really. Everything's seeming pretty good. Okay. ETH, baby, ETH is in that zone still. Broke back into the pattern. Now it's hugging the bottom. It did have the cross, the double cross kind of right here. Couldn't really see it. Now it's in the pink of the blue of the green histogram. Could get over into the red as well. So ETH may fall out. You never know. Not looking too strong. It does have this double bottom pattern. It seems to have support here at 370. So I had an alert on Link. I'm just going to see why and what it was. After we look at the Dow. Now the Dow at 28, still doing its thing. Like I said, the Dow would just break out of this falling wedge. And look how it did. Double bottom pattern as well. See double bottoms inside of the double bottoms. Both. It had a MACD cross coming on the daily. Everything looking exactly like it should. I believe the Dow will get all the way back up here. That's good for NIA if you're playing NIO or whatever. This is starting to flag here, which is very, very healthy on the daily. Let's look at it on the 1 hour. Doing a really nice flag. Patterns are playing out just as the algorithms want them to. So look for NIO. Just to keep chugging along. It'll break out of this bull flag here. And continue its pattern, its target of the bigger pattern. All the way up. To about 26.57. So look for this to break out soon, even later on today. Very, very possible. On the 30-minute, it's getting very, very close. can be for a good scalp. Interesting. But doing really well. Target of 26.57. Yeah. Those 24% gains, 23% gains coming from NIO if you're playing the stock market. It's like a Chinese competitor of Tesla in a way. They're in the same market. I don't know if they're even a competitor. I could say that, but LTO just had a bit of a dump. So a lot of coins dumping as we speak. This was just at 6. It's down to 5 now. Wow. So if we get back into the crypto market, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a dumpage. Now we're getting movement, and we're getting just dumpage in the altcoin market. Let's look at the altcoin total market cap. Total 2. Took a dump. Look at it. It's just falling. It's falling with the dominance. Series of fall offs. Rounded top. Broke back into the pattern after it broke out. Not good for the alts, man. Not good at all. Bitcoin will take its place for a little while. Say hi. I'm here. Yeah, I say dot goes to 360 or something, man. Looks like it's going to get worse. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I could be wrong, but it looks like it's going to get worse. They did buy that up, though, a little bit. Now, if you're still trying to scalp DIA, look, it just got worse. So they sucked you in here. Then they said, oh, you're falling off. Oh, you bought the oversold bounce. Oh, you're the man with the double bottom. Oh, yeah, there's no way. You got in there, right? And then they gave you bearish divergence again. They brought you down more. And look how they just keep bringing it down, man. It's definitely going to crack $1 now and go into the 90s. This is garbage. Everything here is just turning into... They're going hard, man. So dot down was the move. Add up 20% now. That's basically probably my biggest coin out here. Dot down, yeah. I don't even think this is real. Something weird's going on with the data there. Cake holding a 10% gain somehow. Ooh, as I say that, just dump city on almost any coin anywhere. Now it's getting smaller and smaller. What's going on here? So the altcoin market having a real big issue tonight as Bitcoin dominance starts to flag, gets ready to make some bigger moves. Tough day to trade, man. I gave it a 1. You can see I gave it a 1. I've never given it a 1, but it's just a 1. It's not where you need it to be, man. Not at all. Not by any means. Not by any standards of the imagination. You know? Now, throw me some likes. We got 7 watching. 3 likes. I just gave myself a like. Throw it in there. Oof, look at Bitcoin dominance, just booming. That was just a huge green candle there. Maybe we could catch one of these strange spikes in action. Yeah, Tuesday, Bloody Tuesday, man, look at it. Bloodbath. I hope I kept my lifers out of the range. We can just sit on the sidelines with our tethers and laugh, man. Because it's a mess right now, honestly. Can wait for a nice trend to show its head and then begin to work, you know. Blood on the streets. It's true, man. It's true. It's a mess today. Absolute mess. I don't care what you traded. You're getting hurt somehow, some way. You know. If you shorted with leverage and you got in and out, and you made money the past 2 days, then you shorted the last couple days, you would have gave it all back. You got to trade way less. Way, way, way less. I'm learning this the hard way all the time, too. Just, you know, you master your TA, and then you have to start mastering your, like, how you want to trade. So all stocks could be tokenized, says the SEC chairman Clayton. Jay Clayton says the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission thinks all stocks could be tokenized one day. He said SEC doors open, wide open, if someone wants to show how to tokenize the ETF product in a way that adds efficiency. John Clayton, chairman of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, appears to believe that the blockchain technology power and thinks that all the stocks could be tokenized one day. Good for him, man. It's a good idea. Really good idea. So, what do you guys think? Are they going to get Arthur Hayes? Or will he get away? Oh, that thing Encore is booming now. Core should be in here by now, you think, right? Was it on? I think it's Encore. Whatever, you can't look at it here, but Core is booming. Go to CoinGecko. CoinGecko. Can't find it here either. Cream swap? That's all I get. I like cream, but that's not what I'm talking about, man. It's not what I'm talking about. You guys definitely fall patrons of the moon. This guy's out of his mind, but all he does is look for crazy gems. He's like buying more Core here. Send it, right? Core has just been out of control. It was $700 like the other day, and now it's 6,000. So it's been one of those, you know. Filecoin is coming. Filecoin mainnet will be launching a block. Filecoin was around a long time. I think it's one of the first from ICO Drops News. There was a Filecoin before this. Maybe not, but I remember it. See, they have NFTs of Arthur Hayes' face now coming. Chads are legendary and can't lie. A lot of people like Chads. I've been seeing that a lot. Reloading a bag here. Charts look bottom, and with NFT hype still going strong, I can definitely see another rally coming. This guy's pretty cool, man. He's out of his mind. You know, I don't think he does our stop loss stuff like that. He has no system. Maybe he does, though. I don't know. But a lot of times he seems like he's just going in. Like he's going in on 10 of these projects, and if he loses 3 or 4 of them, the dough hype is real. Buy Elron here for long-term bags. I like Elron. Elron's a strong project. It made pretty big moves, but he's pretty interesting, and it's worth checking him out. So this guy called the short on DOT. This guy right here, like, I'll give him credit where credit's due, you know. And he probably leveraged it when it was about 410, 412. So DOT descending triangle short, you know, shorting the confirmed breakout of the descending triangle. So like, we could begin a short now on DOT because it's now breaking out of the descending triangle, right? Let's just give a look at it and see. Like, this could be a time to actually begin to short. Even though I know it's up a lot, but we could just begin because it confirms, just like a breakout, it confirms a breakout to the downside. I mean, 380 now, right? So like, it's just going to get worse. Now it's retesting. It will come back and retest. So that's what it did. Look, I'll show you. That was a really good time to buy. It's either a short squeeze or it's not. So it broke out of the pattern, retested the pattern, and came back down. Now what is it doing? Like, why is it going up now? It makes no sense. It hasn't crossed in the 1 minute though. I mean, that's is what it is. So could it be resilient? Is that the end of the short? You know, and now they want to buy back in at 380. Is this the bottom? It's double bottoming. It was very oversold. We're up here on the RSI now in second place. That is a little bit of exaggerated bearish divergence, right? Where the RSI is going up, but the price is pretty flat. So exaggerated bearish divergence, in my opinion, right? Pretty close to it. Could even say we are sloping down bearish divergence. I mean bullish divergence. Exaggerated bullish divergence. Right there on the 1 minutos. Again, not many gains with the stop loss. I don't just see there's not that movement for that pump, you know. Tough out here today, man. Atom down. YFI down. Len down. Almost go all the way down with a nice pump, but then no, not happening. Atom, nice pump, but will it recover all the way? Atom breaking 5 chips again. Come on, Chipley. Stay above 5 chippies. Boom. Going to see if this breaks out. Trying to make a bullish idea here. I'm going to put an alert right here and see. Trying to catch this breakout. Because I'm just not trusting anything else. And I don't really like doing that. I like the aggressive buy, but I'm taking a break from that until I see more confirmation. Could this bust back to 636 though, out of this bull pennant here? It is a bilateral triangle. We'll see which way it goes. See which way it goes. Let's go all the way back to $4. Only time will tell. I'm bullish on Atom. I mean, I love the coin, but we'll see. Well, now it's an official red day. Look, there was some green. Now, the only coins that are green are down coins, man. And wing, maybe. Coins that pumped and are holding their last pieces of love. But besides that, cake, EOS, dominance. Got rejected a little bit. We'll see what happens on that line. Band 591. So it's a slow day in the markets, man. It's a bloodbath of baths. It's a bloody bath for sure. Extreme risk trading alts, you know. Extreme. Cool. Atom even falling. Band 594. So is Band doing something? Band has a little pump going, huh? All right, Band. 586. Is that enough? Was enough. I'm coming back. EOS coming back a little bit. So we have a little pump coming back. Any movement in the total to market cap? Oh, wow. So that just did a nice recovery on the 1 minute. It's good to see that, right? Look at that. Back into the pattern. Okay, maybe we'll bounce off here. That'll be really nice to see it bounce off this and keep moving up. Not fall back into the pattern. That's very, very big. That could save DOT, honestly, from falling off a cliff. That conglomerate idea of a nice group of people there. Boost all those altcoins all together. Maybe they can save you DOT. 385, that maybe was the buy there. 379, already up 10 cents. Usually that's pretty quick of a retrace. Bounce off the bottom of the trend line here. Oversold on the 2 hour. Okay. I'm half believing it. I'm half believing it, guys. They're sucking me in. Is it a trap? That would be the perfect place to buy. 391. I sat and died at 409. All the way to 461. No. Must have gotten in like right here and held it all the way. No, I was in it for a while. Did I not see 461? Maybe I didn't have my profit and I was asleep during that time. Damn, man. Shame on me. Crazy, right? Yeah, guys, I'm going to take a break, meditate, keep my mind sharp. I'm still going to study, look at other things. I'll be back tomorrow with some action-packed video, more energy, more vibes, hopefully a completely different outlook on what's happening in the market today. Everything just taking a nice little dump. And you never know, it could get worse. And yeah. Let's look at the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones down as well, or yeah, holding 43. Usually that means it's going to be a red day. So now it's looking like a world red day. Any bad news out there, guys? What's going on? Trump healthy? Is he out of that? Is he out of the hospital and all the nonsense? Trump released from the hospital means his health and next steps. Question continue. No, okay. Yeah, keep the money on the sides, man. Unless you think you got it in on something or looking really sweet. But even then. So what was that alert we set? For Adam. Link, look at, will bounce off here and get all the way back to 938. I can't believe it's that low, man. Wow, Link at 914. Dump cities. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, you know. It did get back into the pattern, though. That's for sure. So you're right. Right now it's back in the bottom of the pattern. Until it gets kicked out again, then it's basically back where it should be. They wicked you out, try to get everyone else who was hiding there. They said, "Oh, we'll get you all real fast, and we'll oversell it though." Camel forming. Need our head. Interesting. Makes me want to trade it now. I'm like, all right, I should buy dot. 4 hour, we still have more pain, it says. Look at this. The 4 hour says, no, we're not done yet. The daily says, no, we're almost done. We're about to cross. But that doesn't mean the 4 hour can't get lower. Interesting. So 4 hour tells us that the pain ain't over, man. This may just be get you back in just to do the same thing to you again. Honestly, it could get you back in just to do the same thing it did again. But you know what? Wicks, these do usually show a reversal. Look, a wick here down, a wick there up. Some wicks here we went up, some wicks here we went down. So Jesse B, Lifer, can you look at the coin that's been giving me problems this week, please? That coin, what coin is that? Jesse? Sorry. What up, Jesse? Sorry, I wasn't looking there up there. Damn. Jesse, what coin you want me to look at? It's called It's called Wrecked City. You're hilarious. I know, bad news, Trump didn't die. Good news, Trump didn't die. I like that. That's awesome. Well played. Well played. Like, extremely well played. You're a smart man, Jesse. Data. Man, it's just like Doge. Look at dot down. So you would have been up and dot down, and then you wouldn't have been, right? It looked like it was going to fall off the face and start a trace. Now they're going to go get, the dot down people who thought they were sweet, and they're going to stop them out. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't get it. Like, they're going to get you no matter where you are. They're going to get you. These guys know how to get you, and they're going to get you. Trust me. Play the game too long. That would have been a nice scalp. That would have been a lovely scalp, though, for sure. Played well. Played well. Just got to have the BALZs and to nail it every time, you know? You got to want it. You got to want it so bad. But honestly, so you would have tried. It would have been a good scalp. But you know what? Who would have known? And that's all you would have got. And then it would have been like, okay. It's true, man. ICX moving down this channel now didn't move on that double bottom at all. Just back to 33 cents here, just down in the dump. Calva holding 198. Will that be the end of it? Maybe. Maybe not. Lend just came back off the bottom here from 45 back to 40. Basically almost up 10%. It was at, right? Because 4 cents, 4.8 cents, it was at 45. It's at 48. Link. Look at this, man. Ocean down to 29. So everything popped in the 1 minute. You can see a bit of, we got some recovery on the 1 minute. Ooh, ontology. Moving up pretty hard. Some big volume. Poly, that was having a move. Everyone was talking about it all week. Who's in Poly? Sol back to 240. SRM 133. Look at this though. This one's got the bit of the head and shoulders. We haven't seen that. That's pretty bullish to me. That would be an easy scalp, I feel like. Just even if you buy right now, look. In at 10,000 right now. Boom. We buy it right now. Boom. Because, I mean, head and shoulders usually play out for you. Very bullish pattern. Like the most bullish, in my opinion. Stop loss of 0.91. And there we go. We ride this all the way back up. To here, to 335. Just want to prove to you. Look at this thing. Dump. Just like, look at, here we go. Come hit my stop. We'll lose $90 real quick. Should hold this line technically. This should be a retest of the head and shoulder neckline, which it was there. That played out perfectly. Would have been another place to touch. In the middle now. Let's look at some news, shall we? Beware, a bullish Bitcoin case could be due to the CFTC scramble. A new narrative has suddenly spread across the crypto market, potentially predicting a bullish case behind Bitcoin's recent resiliency. The reason? A possible retail buying frenzy in China, spurred by the Chinese government themselves.
Daddy, guess what art book. So guess what? Soon we're gonna get real art supplies.
While the ideal is plausible, the crypto asset failing to return under 10,000 could back up the theory. Analysts could be overlooking another clear reason for a sudden sharp increase in the non-zero Bitcoin wallets. Respected sheds light in the bullish case from China. So China's getting in there. I'm seeing perfect scalp setups getting wrecked every time, not letting us get nothing. Yeah, man. Look at this though. You see this, dude? This is bullish. Wow. See, I wasn't aware of this, guys. China's interest is centered around Bitcoin, signals next bull run. Over the last week, Bitcoin has been consolidating around 10,700. Interesting, the world's largest cryptocurrency has been holding its position resiliently despite some negative news like BitMEX's CFTC charges leading the erosion of 32,000 Bitcoin. However, a spike in new participants coming to Bitcoin clearly indicated by a spike in new Bitcoin addresses. We're typically seeing 5 to 10 new addresses every day. However, there was an interesting breakout last week with the new Bitcoin address shooting above 22K. Well, if this has to indicate something, Bitcoin might be setting up its stage for the next bull run. Look at that spike in addresses, like boom, dude, out of nowhere. While this is certainly an interesting development for the Bitcoin community, there's something more to it that what meets the eye. An interesting analysis presented by Cole Garner suggests that all these Bitcoin addresses are coming from China. Dude, billions of people, guys. Yes, they seem to be a healthy purchase volume coming from China that has been supporting the Bitcoin price last week despite not so positive news in the market. You might be wondering that China has banned crypto for a long time and why this move suddenly. In fact, recent actions by the Chinese government suggest that their coordinated effort and marketing campaign to tickle Chinese investors' minds towards crypto, meaning the Chinese government is looking to trigger the next bull run. This is interesting. Propaganda vibe from the CCP's official media outlet. CCTV headline, crypto asset is the best performing asset year to date, was featured on all avenues, newspapers, online media, and TV. It's rare for such coordinated effort. Yeah, like everything they do is controlled. They're out of their minds, right? So like they'll lock you up in a hole. So if they tell you to buy something, and they basically will put you in jail if you don't buy Bitcoin. It's a known fact that China is home to some of the largest Bitcoin mining activity in the world. Since it controls Bitcoin mining, it also holds the largest Bitcoin than any other country on the planet. Mr. Garner notes that the Chinese leadership will promote any narrative that suits their interest in the best possible manner. We also know that China is looking at just one big opportunity that can make it the global economic leader topping the US. If so, Bitcoin can help it get to that position of economic power. Why not? China is a step ahead of us in blockchain. It is, man, and they hold more Bitcoin than us. So if Bitcoin goes up, they get richer than us. Moreover, global financial institutions have been leaning towards Bitcoin with an uncertain economic outlook. Hence, China won't be willing to lose the place where it has strong footing. Besides, Garner also attributes the latest surge in Tether's USD printing to China's marketing campaign. The recent explosion in Tether printing might have been a leading precursor to China's marketing campaign. China's dominate USDT volume globally, and Tether dominates their fiat on-ramp liquidity. Bitcoin to hit 1 trillion market cap by 2020. Bitcoin's price prediction is nothing new to the market. However, there's a growing chorus among analysts of Bitcoin's next bull run. Blockstream analyst Adam Back recently said that Bitcoin will hit 1 trillion in the next 2 years by 2020, with the current market cap around. This must be off. He means 2022. Is this a typo, right? With the current market cap around 200 billion. Conservative, I say Bitcoin likely to see 1 trillion market cap within 2 years. So he said this today. 1 trillion is about Bitcoin at 50K. A major Tesla investor has predicted Bitcoin will be worth 1 trillion market cap. Just so they can buy cheaper and become richer. That's us to become the world superpower. Watch out though, that might be a trap. Maybe they're the ones who are manipulating Bitcoin. Might show us pump then dump. You never know, man. Bloomberg's latest crypto outlook report also suggests, but they have the most Bitcoin in the world, man. So they get hurt the most by the dump. So like, they don't want to dump when they own, like their country basically benefits the most if Bitcoin goes up because they own more mining facilities than ever, right? So if the mining facilities have to shut down, there's all these people that won't be able to pay rent, have to sell mining facilities, and then they won't be able to buy all their assets. They won't be able to be in the Chinese economy. So if Bitcoin keeps going up, they keep mining. They have all the mining. Never mind all these little people who can buy hundreds. all of them buying 0.001, billions of people, if just a small section of their population, like a few 100 million, start catching on to Bitcoin and buying it all the time, or getting told in the ad, basically when they see something in the paper, they feel like they have to do it. If they don't, they feel like the government will ban them. Like, so I'm being honest. So like, it might even just be a small push in the paper, but it might also be like, you know what, you need to start buying Bitcoin. Eventually, they'll tell every one of their citizens that they need to own a little bit of Bitcoin or something. You have no idea what they could do. What if they force billions of people to own Bitcoin like that? You know, you never know. Very possible. It's insane, right? But I'm just saying it would hurt Bitcoin the most if they were to play any games. So Bitcoin moving on the 1 minute really well. It just had a big spike here. About to break 10,007 in this little bit of this bull flag that's forming here. The Russian hacker group placed 1 million on Bitcoin on the public forum. Reveal, a Russian hacker group has put about 1 million worth of Bitcoin online. The move was part of the group's effort to entice new hackers to their cause. McAfee analysis suggests the group is connected to Canned Crab, who targeted local government organizations in Texas last year. The rebel hacker group, otherwise known as Sadikanogibi, deposited 1 million worth of Bitcoin on a Russian hacker forum. The move was done as part of a public recruitment effort. Ransomware attacks involve software that frees computers and demand a fee to be paid to allow the device to function as normal. Like, once again, hope that doesn't happen. Kind of freaks me out to even read about it. Let's get out of here. John McAfee could face 5-year jail term over concealed crypto assets and tax evasion allegation. He knows that. He doesn't seem to care, right? I mean, you guys know McAfee, man. I interviewed him on my channel. Man, I've had a good idea. At present time, John McAfee is still innocent until proven guilty, as indictments are merely allegations of crimes that have allegedly been committed. Until McAfee is proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, he is much innocent by the law. On the flip side, the cryptocurrency personality may face a maximum of 5 years for evasion of taxes and 1 year in prison on every single count of willful failure to file tax returns. By early cryptocurrency, to the community, the street media outlook deep dive into this topic found that many Bitcoin millionaires were reluctant to release their cryptocurrency windfalls on their U.S. tax returns, despite expert warning that this could warrant numerous penalties. During this time, strict penalties were yet to be put in place by the IRS, partly because most investors were yet to sell their crypto holdings. Shortly after, Floyd Mayweather and popular socialite Paris Hilton promoted several ICOs, all which failed shortly. The cryptocurrency community has been wary of celebrity-sponsored ICOs, and following this event, it is expected that celebrity-sponsored projects will continue to lose credibility. DeFi crashes open interest on the CME Bitcoin futures as market alarmingly declines. A DeFi community known as decentralized finance continues to capture incoming investors with the cryptocurrency market. Some other parts of the market are experiencing pullbacks in interest. The effects of DeFi have now reached the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is recording sharp repression in open interest positions. Open interest in CME's Bitcoin futures as of Friday were down by a staggering 64%. Data from data analytics platform Skew is forming that the decline, which has landed the price at $345 million, is the lowest it's been since the 4th of May. This is a significant decline from the record-breaking high of $948 million on August 17th. And it is apparently that the decline didn't happen all at once, hence the assertion that interest in DeFi rises with full force. The rest of the data from Skew once again highlights the massive difference in institutional interest towards DeFi between the last 2 months, when DeFi's value was on the rise despite Bitcoin's range bound below 12,000. The total position of Bitcoin futures within all cryptocurrency exchanges hit 3.6 billion on Friday, which is yet another significant drop from its 5.7 billion peak on the 7th of August. This decline is interesting enough, coming after the CME Open's positions for futures was taking a recovery from its range bound of 500 million between May and July. Between August and September, the open interest headed towards 1 billion until the decline that preceded the new month of October. Are investors substituting Bitcoin futures for DeFi? Ultimately took off this year as an interest rate surged. I mean, it could make sense, right? Good morning, guys. How's everything going? Evaluating the future of Bitcoin futures requires an understanding of value returns. And as it stands, Bitcoin futures, which is ultimately more about investors making calculated risk than it is about making a profit, is hedging against DeFi, which is simply doubling its value. Obviously, DeFi shows itself to be highly promising. And from now to the end of the year, institutional activities are more likely to be in favor of DeFi. Regardless, Bitcoin futures and interest is bound to take rise as time goes on. That DeFi pop might bring all that money back to high cap coins. I definitely will. And it still is. What is that? So Atom continues to move. So now coins are starting to kind of come back. 514, that's a big move for Atom. So we just watch Atom go up. Unreal. These scalps would have been unreal, right? Right in front of our eyes. 4% right there. And it comes back down to this place that, this, you can see this is clear resistance. It breaks back here. It's got to be that psychological $5, $5.15. Yeah. Interesting. So now we got some life back. At least there's some volatility, like there's some action. How did DOT survive? Did it come back in? Did it play games? DOT looking well in the 1 minute. Still hanging out right there in the 1 hour. Okay, we have a big green candle back in. I mean, I'm not really doing pips. I'm doing something like pips. Zero support at 11, everybody. No support at 11 right now. No support at 11. I repeat. Chris Conlon. No support at 11. But there's support at 10,500, guys. And look, we bounced out the 200-day moving average right here on the 1 hour. You see this yellow line? That's the 200-day. We took a really nice bounce off that. We have a nice move coming for Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's above the cloud, which is awesome. We need it to stay above the cloud. This is the Ichimoku cloud. Look, when Bitcoin's below the Ichimoku cloud or in the Ichimoku cloud, it's tough. We don't want to be below the cloud. See down here, you're below the cloud. We want to be above the cloud. It's bullish if you're above the cloud. And right now, my friends, we are above the cloud. So take that as a very bullish sign for Bitcoin. Maybe a time to trade Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Open up a position on Bitcoin is possible right now. See, I didn't consider that with all the altcoin shenanigans going on. Bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence. Interesting. I like Bitcoin here, and I think it will go past 11,000. Open up a long on Bitcoin. You never know, though. If you open up a long, it's got to be a real big long. Like, let's see. Could easily roll over, though. I think Bitcoin could definitely roll back down to the bottom of the pattern. And if it breaks down, there's a chance we fill that CME gap. And there's a chance we don't, honestly. I need to watch it. But right now we're above the cloud, which is very bullish. And we pulled in. You can see on the 1 minute we had a nice spike. And we're flagging a bit, too. So, Bitcoin looking bullish. Things looking all right. We got to go from there. This guy thinks he'll come back down here. A lot of people are calling for that CME gap to fill. Honestly, I'm not too sure it's going to happen, but you never know. You never know. But there's no support at 11. No, my buddy he wants me to say that over and over again. No support at, so I find it funny now. No support, zero support at 11. Got nothing. Bitpanda releases a crypto index to invest in the top 25 coins. Vienna-based cryptocurrency retailer Bitpanda has announced the launch of the world's first real crypto index that aims to make it easier as possible for customers to invest in various baskets of digital assets. I should sell baskets of assets. I should just basket them up and be like, hey, I got a basket full of assets for you there. You want to come get some assets? I got them. You can buy whatever assets you want. I got them all packaged up. I got a little sandwich baggie full of them. Bitcoin price to hit 100,000 in 2025. Bitcoin intelligence and security commodity strategist Mike McClone has predicted Bitcoin price to top 100,000 in 2025, but he says he has a habit of adding zeros since 2011, and this will continue in the future, albeit at a slower pace. The world's fifth cryptocurrency could have 100,000. I think it'll be way more than that. I'm going to outpace him. You want my 2025 target? My 2025 target is easily over $1 million. Easily. I'm going to say possibly between 1 and 3 million. I think by 2030 we're looking at a $5 to $10 million Bitcoin range. So for that to be possible 2025, we need to be between 1 and 3, 1 and 4 mil. Because the double up. See, then 4 million to 8 million is just 100%. So at that point, Bitcoin will barely make it. You know, the 1,000% gains will be over, right? But you can still make $4 million on Bitcoin in a couple of years if you buy it for $4 million. See what I'm saying? So Bitcoin will still make the same gains it was making before with only 100% gains. It will just blow your mind. People will put money into Bitcoin in 2025, and in 2028 they'll have so much more money than they put in the beginning, if they can even afford it, if there's any left, if there's any around. Because every day someone's waking up and smelling the roses and realizing that they need to get themselves on into some Bitcoins, you know. So it's happening every day, man. Happening every day. You've seen it. They're just talking about it. They're telling you China is buying it up the, you know, every day someone else. Bitcoin looking at top 14,000 by year end. Future analysis, Bloomberg Senior Commodities just makes a case for Bitcoin price hitting its 2019 high of 14,000 by the year end of 2020. Mike compliments his above. I watch Mike a lot. He's the guy with the funny lips. He's got fish lips. If you don't know what I'm saying, do you want to see Mike McClone? He's got fish lips. And I hate to be rude. And I'm sorry if you also have fish lips. It doesn't mean anything. I'm not against you, but McClone, right? Yeah. He just... Oh, no, this is Mike McClone. My bad. This guy's a different guy. I like this guy. He doesn't have fish lips. Different dude. I'm getting him confused.
Let's check in with Abigail Doolittle. And Abigail, you are honing in on Bitcoin today. Bitcoin, it is Scarlet Plus, Tesla, which is...
Let's see what they said in February, just to see. I like to see them.
Let's take a look at Bitcoin year to date, because quite a year so far, up about 35%, a little more than 35%. Some call this digital gold, so maybe you can make the case this has something to do with some of the macro concerns around the coronavirus.
Of course it does.
Way you slice and dice it, a bullish year so far for Bitcoin. However, we had a very bullish start to last year too. If we take a look at this terminal chart in the Bloomberg, we are going to see this is the RSI on Bitcoin. So in the beginning of 2019, where at one point Bitcoin was up as much as 250%, Bitcoin became very overbought, and then the RSI momentum indicator came back down, went back up.
Funny is this lady talking about the RSI.
Highs. That's bearish from a technical perspective, and indeed it led to the big correction that we had for Bitcoin
Bitcoin
last year. Right now, what I'd like to point out is we have basically equidistant highs on the RSI, not perhaps the strength of momentum that the Bitcoin bulls would like to have with this year's rise, but to talk more
it's a double top, lady.
RSI and what could be ahead for digital gold. Mike McClone of Bloomberg Intelligence, thank you as always for joining us. Love your commentary on Bitcoin. And what do you think about that RSI? It looks a little bit tepid, yet we have this huge move up for Bitcoin on the year.
Agreed. And it's supposed to get a little tepid when the market's really under a bull phase, and it has been. One thing Bitcoin has been doing is following gold. Gold made a pretty good high around 1,600. So it's like the new quasi-currency found the old guard.
Remember February, good high at 1,600, dude. We went to 2,000 just a few months later. So I'm bringing this back up because I want to see you guys get goosebumps. You know.
And it's also got a little link to Tesla.
XRP goes to 10,000 a coin, easy. Easy.
Gold, so let's now
easy.
Bitcoin and gold.
Maybe more.
Futures, but this is actually
maybe more, man. I'm predicting a $10,000 XRP.
And we're talking about is futures, but this is just a proxy.
The significance
Mark this channel. I said it.
Trends and markets that are consolidating, bull markets that are consolidating. One thing that's really
There's my camel. Look at it.
Futures started trading options, and volume and open interest has really kicked in. And that's part of what you see here in this rally. And you see this magenta line, if you can squeeze in there, that's a 12-month moving average in Bitcoin. It's around 8,500. And then you see gold kind of leading the pack. Gold, that's a 7-year high. But it got pretty rich around 1600. It might trade in a range of 15 to 1600 for quite a while, but the significance is
Quite a while.
these quasi-currencies are
He got played.
The technicals look good, and if you look at the fundamentals, we have global yields declining and debt to GDP ratios increasing. That's a good sign for, that's a good background, I should say, for quasi-currency.
Okay, so you clearly like both gold
Quasi-currency, he called it.
They're
They're not currency, they're money.
Gold and Bitcoin. I don't want to make a buy recommendation.
Talk to us first about this incredible ride over the last 10 years. I mean, 9,000,000% is more than any asset I've been able to find, and I've looked for them. What do you think the future of Bitcoin is like?
I think that very easily we could see Bitcoin going up to 50,000 by the end of this year. We have our analysts at Nexo crunching the numbers, doing very substantial research, and it is just a hell of a ride. It's the halving coming up because you know, the rewards for miners are dropping. Last time this happened, Bitcoin rallied 4,000%. And it's been an incredible asset, uncorrelated to the overall market. It delivers systematic asymmetric returns. And the only thing that we have seen close to anything like this has been the rise of the US dollar against the Reichmark in the 1920s, where you saw $1 being exchanged for 5 Reichmarks in the early 1920s to $1 being exchanged for 4 billion. Reichmarks. So, you know, if it follows this trend, there's a long way to go.
I mean, I did an experiment where I lived on Bitcoin for a couple weeks back in 2012 when it first hit $1,000, and people thought that price was insane, absolutely ridiculous to pay $1,000 for this digital token. Of course, now we're seeing it trade a little more than 7,000, but it's not any easier now in 2020 to spend Bitcoin on the street than it was back in 2012. It wasn't easy. Why don't you think it's picked up as a method of payment?
Well, that's a very good question. I mean,
It's not true though. There's Bitcoin ATMs all over my town now. They're everywhere.
But obviously that has failed to materialize. I think the narrative now that is much more persuasive is that Bitcoin is the new gold. And we see
Digital
confirmation
gold,
that
baby.
the turmoil that we have this morning.
Who has their digital gold? Do you get your digital gold? It's Bitcoin, man.
Just the sheer price action is
Bitcoin is digital gold, dude. That's it.
just like 10%
That's
of
it.
the total market cap of gold, which is around
Bitcoin is
1 trillion, goes up to a
digital
trillion.
gold.
Bitcoin
You know, Bitcoin hit all-time high in the Turkish lira. People don't talk about that.
in terms of whole bitcoins and start thinking of satoshis, because that will be what most people will be able to afford. Just satoshis, not a whole bitcoin. There's only 21 million to go around. There are more millionaires in the world.
So a Satoshi,
than that.
Satoshi is 1/8 of a Bitcoin?
Exactly, yeah.
Just the Satoshi is what you would compare to a cent when you're talking about $1, Anna.
Yeah, or a pence here in London. Good morning to you, Anthony. Let me ask you what you expect from central banks here. We heard from
I'd like
the
to hear
ECB's
this.
Jens Weidmann. He said there's no reason for the ECB to develop its own digital currency. To what extent do you expect to see central banks engaging with digital currency as we go into the next decade?
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be the predominant topic of this year and then the entire decade. I think for the first time ever, we're seeing China questioning the
rate for wealthy nations, and government borrowing in foreign currencies has risen dangerously high. There are also fears of a bust in the construction sector after years of hectic growth.
I'm still bullish on Bitcoin in the long term. You know? I am. So, that's it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say, man. The addresses are going up. More and more people are getting into Bitcoin than ever, man. Soon the train will pull away. My opinion. A little pump today. A little bit of a pump. Yeah, people don't don't want it, man. They don't want the da. They're trying to pump it. They'll do what they can, but it's just not efficient, man. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoLiver33. Talk about different things, throw different things here. Look, Bitcoin has spent 70 days above 10K and counting. Is that true? I almost don't believe that. And it's live? No, we've been above 10K? No way. For 70 days? That's not true. Is that true, guys? No, he just went down. He's out of his mind. He may mean in his entire lifetime, right? What's your business, man? What do you do, Jesse B? Crazy, man. All right, guys, I'm out of here for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. I'll be back tomorrow with more energy, more grind. Look at Dot playing games. $3.99. Adam playing games. Where did it be at? 516 though. Still enjoying a bit of a pump here. Don't give up. Have faith. I'll see you guys soon. Love you all.